Hey, Jay Stone here, Cap and Ball Fanatic channel. Here at the Grand Valley Cap and Ballers with friends getting in some target practice on our new pistol range. On today's video, we're shooting the Confederate Classic Leech Rigdon steel frame 36 caliber cap and ball revolver manufactured by Uberti. Stay with us today while we shoot round balls, conicals, at paper, at steel from different distances. Today's video, we're shooting a classic revolver of the Confederacy, the Leech Rigdon. This replica, manufactured by Uberti. This is the first time I've shot it. Now, some people have asked me, why do you always shoot revolvers you get for the first time on camera? I like the challenge. It's either going to go really well or go really bad. So let's start off by putting a few on paper at 20 yards. Yeah. So today, this is the second day of shooting on this video. Yesterday, I shot round balls at 18 yards, 3 cylinders at paper. Today, just for the fun of it, because I'm going to shoot ears gone Colt Navy 140 grain conical bullets with loose powder, and I've put some lube on each of the bullets. Now, why am I doing that? Well, for two reasons. One is it sounds like fun. And two is that, back in the Civil War era, most of the time these revolvers would have been shot with paper cartridges and conical bullets. So I thought it would be fun to split the video up today and do a little offhand comparison. I know this isn't scientific. It's not intended to be. It's fun. Please form your opinions sort of based on the notion that this is fun. There we go, right under the bullseye. So far, it looks like the conicals shoot the same point of aim as the round balls do. This actually shoots either straight on or a little low, which is kind of weird to get used to. I'm used to them shooting 5 or 6 inches high. Let's put 6 more down there and see if it holds. That one went through the target and hit the steel target behind it. That should count as 2, don't you think? Shouldn't that count as two? I think so. So let's talk for a minute about this Leech and Rigdon revolver. It's made by Thomas Leech and Charles Rigdon. They started their business together in 1861-ish in Memphis when they were making swords for the Confederate Army. They weren't making revolvers yet. But shortly in early 1862, the Union Army drove them out of Memphis and they went south and moved their operations to Columbus, Mississippi, where they continued making swords. And that didn't last very long. And shortly after that, they were driven to Greensboro, Georgia, where they set up shop and went from the sword making business to the revolver making business. And out of that came the Leech and Rigdon. It was based entirely on the 1851 Navy. There are some differences in this. The round dragoon style Confederate barrel instead of the octagonal barrel. And these cylinders, although this Leech and Rigdon didn't come that way, the cylinders would have been blank. There would have been no engraving. Uberti decided for some reason or other to put the engraving from an 1851 Navy on this Leech and Rigdon, probably because they were using up old parts. But it was a fine pistol. It's one of the more prolific revolvers of the Confederate era. Now, you understand that the South did not have the manufacturing resources or the natural resources that the North did. So most of the Southern manufacturing of firearms began after the Civil War began. And that is the case with Leech and Rigdon. So in 1862, for the year of 1862, they signed a contract with the Confederate government to produce 1,500 of these. Leech and Rigdon together produced, from what I've seen, is about 1,000, maybe a little more. And in late 1862, early 1863, Leech decided to take himself out of the business. So he quit the business, and Rigdon then went on and found a new partner in Valdosta, Georgia, by the name of Ansley, and they created the Rigdon and Ansley revolver, made another 500 of those. So total, Leech and Rigdon, Rigdon and Ansley produced about 1,500 of these. And again, they were considered fine revolvers, believe it or not, as if you followed the channel and other people who do history. 1,500 manufactured revolvers during the Civil War period in the South while they were disrupted and had to move was quite a big number. That was far more than the Dance Brothers made and some of the others that are probably a little more famous and a little more popular. We're going to start out here with 6 at Big Orange at about 32, 33 yards. And now, I had somebody ask me on the last video why I start with my hand up, why I finish high and end up back here. You know, boom, boom. Well, in a book I read by a good friend of mine, Hugh Knight, on traditional revolver shooting during the Civil War and the training the Union Army provided, the high ready position for Union Army was about breast height, 6-8 inches from the chest. So that's the reason why I start with my hand up. Plus, the other benefit of this is it gives you sort of a rhythm to shoot. I've added the step forward. That's a rhythm from me. But also when you come back and finish here, theoretically, it allows the spent cap to fall off your cylinder easier. and trickle down that cylinder trough and fall out. So, okay. 17, 18 yards on small swinging steel. Bigfoot. Got him. 52, 53 yards. We're darn near 55. We might even be 55. Come to think of it. But we'll call her 52. Big yellow. Leech and Rigdon. Long shot. End the day. Let's see how we can do here. One. Ha ha! These are fun. I don't know about y'all, but this long shooting is just fun. It's a great challenge. All right. Way to finish strong, Jay Stone. Way to finish strong. I hope you all shoot long when you get a chance. If you have the facilities to do it, I'm blessed that I have this ranch and I have a direction I can go with big hills behind it. And I hope you all get a chance to do it. It's a heck of a challenge. It's a heck of a challenge, and it's the highlight of my shooting day usually. So I hope you enjoyed our look at the Leech and Rigdon cap and ball revolver, a Confederate classic cap and ball revolver, modern times, manufactured by Uberti. It was an awful lot of fun. We put today's video in 2 chapters. One was sort of a fun look at comparing 18 round ball shots to 18 conical shots at 20 yards. And according to the string test and even the eye test, the round balls came out a little more accurately. But remember, there's nothing scientific about this. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just having some fun. And if I did the same test over today, the results might be completely flipped. In the second chapter, we took round balls and fired them at steel all across the range and had a really nice time doing it. Couple things about this revolver. I'm a little disappointed that Uberti didn't put the non-engraved cylinder on that to make it a little more authentic. But you know, that is what it is. And remember, if you're getting one of these, because it's an Uberti, my experience tells me, and my experience in this video tells me, that you're going to have some cap jam, so you're going to want to look at some nipple replacement. All right, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again soon with another video, and we'll see you again on down the road the next time. Hey, before you leave YouTube, I know many of you are enthusiasts of classic Confederate cap and ball revolvers. So because of that, and because I am too, I'm going to put 2 videos right here of other classic Confederate cap and ball revolvers we've featured on the channel. Have a great weekend.